Hi all, I'm Anjali. Today I've gotten a topic cameras, so let's begin. So, a camera is a device that captures light and it turns into an image. The image, it could be either in the form of photo, which is like a still image, or it could be a video or a film, which is a moving image. So there are various parts inside a camera. I have ordered them in terms of how they function, more like a flowchart kind of thing. So let's begin. First, we have the camera body, which is the outer structure, the main body that we see of the camera, which is basically holding all the components together. It is light proof so that any light that passes through the camera, it only goes from the lens. It does not capture any light that is coming from all the other directions. Next, we have the lens, which is a curved glass element. It is usually a convex lens. It basically bends the light which enters and focuses it on the film or the sensor. Film in a film camera and sensor in a digital camera. There are multiple glass layers to correct the color distortion. Aperture, also called the blades of the camera, it is an adjustable hole which is inside the lens so that you can control how much light you want the camera to capture. Whether you want it to capture a lot of light or less light, it depends on how you set your aperture. Next, we have the shutter. It is like a curtain or a door, you can say, in front of the film or the sensor. It opens for some time, lets the light pass, and then it closes. Okay, next we have two things. In a film camera, like the old film reel camera that we used to see, in that we used to have a film which is basically like a thin plastic strip and it has a silver halide coating. So when light hits it, a chemical change is there and some dark areas are formed, and it is visible when the image is developed or like printed. In a digital camera these days, a sensor is there which has a lot of tiny photosites, or you can call them pixels, and they detect the light and they convert those into the electric charges. So instead of some chemical change happening or some dark areas forming, the light, it is converted into electric charges. So now in a film camera, the next thing we have is a viewfinder. It is an optical thing, and it basically lets the user see that where the camera is actually pointing and what the camera's aim exactly is. While in a digital camera, you have the screen as you've seen. It is electronic and it lets the user again see what the camera is aiming to and what are the settings. Okay. Next, we have the processor. So this is only there in digital camera. It is not there in a film camera. It is like a tiny computer chip which converts the raw data, like the charges that are collected from the sensor, into a viewable format, mostly like a JPEG format. So next, we have a film roll in a film camera and a memory card in the digital camera. These store your pictures. In a film roll, the pictures, like, they are stored chemically on a plastic surface, while in a memory card, your storage is basically electronic. It is stored through the use of semiconductors. Next, we have the flash. So when we hear this sound, or like we see this small like light flash, so that's the flash. It happens due to the xenon gas discharge, and the ionization of the gas, it leads to the emission of the light. It tells you that yes, the picture has been taken. Okay, so as I said, flowchart. So in a film camera, light, it goes through the lens, then from the lens it goes to the aperture, the shutter, it goes to the film, a chemical reaction takes place, and you can see the image when the film is developed. Okay. In a digital camera, light goes through the lens, then the aperture, then the shutter, then the sensor. It is converted into electric charges. It is formed into digital data, and the image is stored, and then it can be seen on the screen, and you can also get it printed. Okay, so now the principles and the science behind how a camera actually works is that First, rectilinear propagation of light, which says that light travels in straight lines. So it forms the images when it passes through a small opening. So the light is able to pass through a small opening, hence it can form very clear images. Okay. Next we have refraction. Refraction is that the light, it bends when it passes from one type of medium to another type of medium. The focusing of the lens takes place through this. We've also learned about this in our 10th and 12th books, so it's a very common science principle. Then we have the reflection. Light bounces off polished surfaces. We have photoelectric effect, where the light energy, it creates the electric charges. So when the sensor converts the light energy into charges, photoelectric effect takes place. Then there is photochemical reaction, that in films this happens because the light causes chemical changes, hence a film can capture your image. Next is persistence of vision, which is that the eyes can retain the image briefly. This is mostly used in your shutter. Okay. Next there is chromatic aberration, as we discussed in the lens. So it is from there that it is a flaw when the camera lens, it fails to focus all the colors to the exact same point. So it will become very distorted and everything. So that is called chromatic aberration. Next we have optical intensity control, which means that more the light will be there, the brighter the image will be formed, and the lesser the light will be there, a darker image will be formed. That was it for this video. It was a very short, quick video. Hope you liked it. I am going to get more such videos, and a series on reasoning questions is also going to be uploaded soon. So do look out for that as well. Thank you, and do subscribe.